Hey everyone, welcome into another episode of the Air Traffic Control Podcast. I am your host, Dominic Leacani, the voice of the Lafayette Aviators, alongside my co-host Sam Corbett, pitcher and PA announcer for the team. And today we are joined by Eric Tenery, a freshman pitcher from Temple College at the junior college level. Eric, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome on the pod, man.
What's up? How's it going?
Good, man. How are you? Welcome to Lafayette.
It's nice up here. A long drive though.
Yeah. Well, what was that drive like for you?
Well, first day we drove about 11 and a half hours to Missouri and drove the rest. Last night it was about 8 or 9 hours.
Okay, great. So you're a Texas guy.
Yep.
So let me ask you this then to start. Why Lafayette?
Well, I was at Rio Grande Valley in the fall and Coach Taylor just called me. I didn't really know much about summer leagues because I'd always played in, summer leagues that'll just travel and figured it'd be a fun experience. Come up here, get away from home for a little while, and play some quality baseball.
Absolutely, man.
What do you think I know that it's been a bit hectic having just gotten up here, but what's the initial reaction to seeing Loeb Stadium?
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah, came by last night, checked it out, and it was a lot different than anything I've seen before.
The water park in the background.
Yeah.
We had a couple players earlier comparing it to MLB The Show, the Creative Park.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then I heard there's a zoo behind, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've got a monkey cam apparently on one of
Yeah.
our graphics.
Monkey cam.
Yeah.
We got so one of the cameras that is in the outfield is like a security cam. So we can go 360. So we use it for the broadcast, but then we'll turn it around and it goes right into the zoo.
Oh,
So you can see
You can see
everything
the
over there.
monkeys
that is awesome.
We're trying to figure out a way to implement it. We'll figure it out though. Don't worry.
We'll
Or something.
Yeah.
we'll get a monkey cam, man. We'll get a monkey cam. So just finished your freshman season.
Yes.
What was the experience like this spring with Temple?
It was really good. I was a closer. Got about 18 innings, 10 non-conference, 8 in conference. A lot of go to the pen, get hot, sit down, go get hot, sit down. So, it was fun though. Had a good time. A lot of baseball. A lot more baseball than I've been used to. So,
What was that transition like going from UTRGV to Temple? Goes but like especially that mid-season shift going from new coaching staff. I'm sure that there's new signs, new relationships with catchers, things like that.
definitely. I was the only freshman pitcher at UTRGV, and so I was just kind of super young compared to everyone else. And then I got over to Temple, got along with everyone great, and everyone was kind of closer to my age. So it was a pretty easy shift, but definitely different.
Yeah. But more like any culture shock between
Oh,
the two.
UTRGV really close to Mexico.
Right.
It's great.
Yeah.
And then you get to Temple, and there's a couple of Mexican food joints, but mostly fast food.
Yeah.
There's HEB and stuff. So
Was it as much of a shock going from D1 to JUCO as people, because you hear Division 1 and you think highest quality facilities, and you hear JUCO and you think horror stories of coaches putting you guys through nightmares, whether it's conditioning or lackluster facilities. But at Texas, that's really not the case, right? I feel like a lot of facilities all around the state are.
no, we had really nice facilities at UTRGV, and then the facilities were not near as nice at Temple, but it still wasn't bad. It was definitely a big difference. But, I would compare it to almost a nice high school.
Mhm.
So
So Loeb Stadium stands out a bit more even then.
definitely.
What do you think, whether it's the Temple College's coaching staff or just you by yourself heading into this summer? What do you think has been the biggest goal for you, having about 20 innings, a good amount of experience for a freshman, but as you're going to get older, trying to become an upperclassman soon, whether it's command or really trying to focus on just getting more strikeouts? What do you think the biggest goal is for you?
I really want to command my off speed a little better. It's not terrible, but definitely hone that in a little bit and just really be competitive in the zone. And it'd be nice to have some more strikeouts, but maybe I'm a ground ball guy.
Yeah.
We talked about off camera. You got a two seam fastball.
Yes.
When did you develop that pitch? When did you realize that you had a lot of run on your fastball?
Really, I've never thrown a four seam.
Okay.
So probably 10, 12 years old, started throwing a two seam, and then it just as the years went on, it started moving more, and I just stuck with it.
Okay. Now, you being the pitcher, Sam,
Mhm.
like how how difficult? You can answer this too. How difficult maybe is it to figure out? How easy was it to figure out? Like, hey, like this pitch is working for me. This pitch isn't working for me. Like, I need to move on from this. The coach is telling me this. Like, what goes into that development of maybe adding a new pitch or maybe adjusting a pitch to something that you weren't used to before?
I mean, I'm sure you get it, but being a lefty, they're gonna hammer a two seam on you until you figure it out. Just because that's what I'm sure you heard it a million times when you were growing up. Oh, left-handed, that's a college scholarship right there. You know? 'Cause, I mean, as long as you can get some sort of axis on your ball, as long as it's not straight, they're gonna hammer that down until you don't get it wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I tried to throw four seam a couple games, and it was not the best idea. I did throw a curveball until probably my sophomore year of high school, but got into high school and it was just kind of slow and loopy. So I moved to
Okay.
a slider, threw that a lot harder and sharper break at the end. So it was a lot easier to control too.
Is that your out pitch, your slider?
Probably change up.
Change up?
Yeah.
Okay. What was the development of that pitch like?
That was hard. I throw a circle change up, so
Okay.
it's, I mean, it moves a lot, but it's really hard to control. You have to almost release it at the perfect spot for you to know where it's going.
So that's what we're working on this summer.
Yeah, lots of change ups.
Is that besides that maybe is that the biggest goal for you this summer? Is there like an individual goal that you've set for yourself coming into this year? Like I really want to hammer down on this goal so I can go back to my college in the fall and feel confident.
Well, I do really want to be able to locate the change up a little better. I mean, I can locate it bottom outside corner to a righty pretty often, so that's good. But I do want to be able to locate it for lefties and just kind of move it around the plate when needed.
Okay. Let's talk about Lafayette a little bit because being able to get your feet wet into the city, maybe just a little bit, obviously, quick turnaround from getting here not too long ago. What have been your impressions of Lafayette, Indiana, and how's the host family been, and what's the adjustment been like?
Definitely a big adjustment. I mean, I'm from the hill country, so just really a lot of mountains, hills, and then here you get there and it's like you can see 3 miles down the road by looking out your window. So I mean, that's a lot different as far as the landscape. And host family is great. I mean, it was my birthday on the 24th
No
actually,
kidding.
and so when I pulled up to their house, they had like happy birthday set out in the front yard, cupcakes ready for me when I got
That's
there.
awesome.
So it was awesome.
That means they care, man.
Yeah,
That's awesome, dude.
it's just super welcoming.
Happy belated birthday, man. How old are you now?
19.
You're 19.
Yep.
Congrats, man. Congrats.
Thank you.
Young.
What are you, 20, what are you, 22?
22. Don't say it
I
like
mean,
that.
Uh, favorite baseball memory up to this point?
Oh, favorite baseball memory? Can it be in high school?
Yeah, absolutely. Anything.
So I was a two way in high school, committed to RGB as a two way, and I'll be two waying next year at Temple. So probably it was senior night or opening night of my senior year. We were playing Laredo, and I think it was a 1-2 count. I was hitting, and I think we were down by two, and I hit a grand slam to win the game.
No kidding.
So that was awesome.
Did you pimp it?
Oh yeah. I mean, I probably carried the bat 3/4 of the way on the first base line.
We gotta find that clip.
I do have that clip.
You do.
I can show
Okay.
you.
Show it to us later.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Um, what does Eric Tenery like to do when he's not playing baseball? Like we got when you have an off day, obviously, we're playing 60 games in 2 months. But when you get some time, what do you like to do away from the field?
I do. I mean, I like to travel, which I mean we don't have much time off, so that won't be as available. I like to go fishing. Lots of fishing
Okay.
and hunting. Um, Fishing mostly though. I can sit at a lake and fish for 8, 9 hours a day and feel like a vacation. So
Mhm.
not a lot of video games. Usually, I mean, I have an Xbox, but I just watch TV on it. I bought MLB The Show actually, played it for about a week, and then got bored of it. And so
Fair enough.
I feel like that's a yearly cycle for some guys.
the like video games.
Well, I feel like you get some guys who then play it all the way through, and then you get some guys where
Yeah.
they'll drop the $75 on it, play
And then
it for a week or a month, and
just
then forget
completely
about
put it
it.
down.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's my habit. Sometimes it just I feel like for you guys especially when baseball season starts to ramp up, you just get a little
It
bit less time.
starts collecting dust.
Right.
Definitely. I mean, some of my roommates at Temple play like religiously. I mean,
Yeah.
all day long.
No,
It's
if
the
you're
only
committed,
thing-
you find time.
Oh,
You find time for video games in your schedule.
That's like the only thing they'll do. As soon as they get out of practice, they play MLB The Show and shower, and then after their shower, play MLB The Show again. I don't know. It was more, you know, play it for 10 minutes, get bored, go watch TV in the living room, go drive around town or something.
I've got one more baseball specific question for you. What do you think is the biggest aspect of your training regimen? Are you a big weightlifter? I know some pitchers are big on it, some guys aren't, but being a two-way guy, you have that tougher balance of, I mean, I could call you Shohei, but
So I mean, lots of legs. That's really all I hit in the gym is legs. But just because I feel like being in two way, I mean, pitching anything, it's kind of the same movement.
right, it's rotational power.
So lots of like hip flexibility, strength. I mean, hip flexors, all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Lots of flexibility, and then I mean, just practice throwing and all that. Gotta perfect it.
Right. What's the 10,000 hours rule?
I think that's when you really start to develop a good habit.
Yeah.
Did you play any other sports in high school or growing up that helped you develop in baseball?
I did play football.
Okay.
That definitely helped with like mental toughness, and
Yeah.
I was a defensive end.
Oh, very nice. So you're just ripping
I mean,
through
he's
guys on the
technically,
O line, and you're just
He's a Texas boy. You know he's going to play football.
right. It's so big out there. Talk about just the state of Texas and how competitive it is with its sports, man. I mean, just talk about like growing up in high school and going through the school systems and how big sports are down there culturally.
Really, I mean, you go through middle school, you kind of get introduced to football. I don't. There's not many schools that have a baseball team for their middle school, but usually you'll play select through middle school or little league, whatever. And then once you get into high school, the competitiveness really ramps up. And so, I mean, there's a lot of people that wouldn't be on varsity until their senior year, just because everyone's super athletic and like pretty much anyone can do anything. It's there's no stopping you from playing sports. You're gonna play or you're not gonna play, and it's either you fit in, you kind of fall in line with the competitiveness, or you kind of sift your way out and end up just going to school. But it is very competitive. I mean, football is huge.
Mm-hmm.
We play our rivals Fredericksburg last year, and Johnny Manziel was actually
Really?
No kidding.
uh, he shot his documentary at our Fredericksburg game last year.
So
I'm in the
Netflix interview?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm in the
Yeah.
background of the documentary.
So you're famous. You're gonna be famous.
I don't know about that one, but I mean that'd be nice. But
You gotta get a royalty. You got a couple cents for every view.
yeah, but yeah, we were in the background of that, and that was our rival game. I mean, all the bleachers were completely full, and they've been rivals since he was in high school. So it was a huge game. They shut down all for homecoming. They shut down the whole town. We have a whole parade going through the town, and then have team dinner after that. Then the next day, you really only go to about half the day of school because they get you out about 2 o'clock to go eat dinner with the team. Then they bus you over to the field house, which is probably 4 or 5 miles away from the high school. And then you really just sit in the locker room, talk to everyone, get ready for the game. But it's a big deal. I mean,
the only context I have is Friday Night Lights. So.
yeah, it's something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Before we let you go, just want to ask why the Prospect League? Why did you decide to take this specifically? What about the Aviators and the Prospect League stood out to you?
Well, first of all, I was kind of looking at the Aviators and everything, and it's just a really good ball club. And then I saw the stadium, and of course, that's so. And I mean, I saw pictures of the stadium, and it looked really cool over the phone. And then I got here last night, and it was way different. I mean, not different, but way nicer
Right.
in person. So yeah, that really sold it. And just good quality baseball. There was one of my teammates from UTRGV actually was supposed to play here, Cameron Nagel, and I was talking to him about it. Tyler Valdez played here a couple years ago, and so I mean, they all told me it was a good quality baseball, good place to go play for the summer, and so I think I made a great decision coming here. So
Love it. You want to do some rapid fire before we let you off the hook?
sure.
Start with this. Give us your MLB comp,
What does that mean?
like comparison. Like
Like
if you had,
for me?
if you had to compare yourself to a guy in the league right now.
Oh, maybe like Clayton Kershaw.
Okay. Okay, big lefty. I like it. Favorite baseball movie?
Sandlot.
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 Classic. We've had a couple unique ones, but you never go wrong with Sandlot, man. I'll tell you that. Do you have any superstitions?
Not really. I guess maybe if I have a good outing in certain socks or underwear, then yeah, I'll wear those for every outing after
Are
that.
you washing them?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's gross.
Okay.
Can't go without washing them.
Long road trip. You guys stop in the middle of the night and midnight at a gas station. You get 3 items. What are you going with?
Oh, Nerds Clusters,
Okay.
Yes.
Dr. Pepper,
Yes.
and Cool Ranch Doritos.
Oh,
That's
two
good.
to three.
What goes into your briefly? What goes into your training regimen? Do you have any like things that you like to do when you get to the ballpark just to get yourself loose?
I mean, I do have a weird way of stretching.
Okay.
So basically, you like stand up and bend over and squeeze as hard as you can right here. So if you went
In between the knees.
yeah, and
Yeah.
you try to touch your toes, you could probably get to about here. But if you do that for maybe 5 seconds and you squeeze as hard as you can, then you'll be able to put your palms on the ground.
No kidding.
It's kind of
I
cool.
might have to try that because I'm not
Yeah.
the most flexible dude. You let me know.
It's like out
I'm
of
feel
nowhere.
too.
I kind of want him to demonstrate this right now.
Right
I
now,
mean, I can.
you want to? Okay, for everyone watching, here you go.
So you go right here. You bend out. I can't really touch my toes exactly, and then you kind of bend over a little more. Right here and squeeze.
You're pressing your into the knees.
with your legs,
Okay.
and then you stand up, move around a little bit.
His back's just cracking for. Okay.
Oh wow! Yeah,
So, yeah.
no kidding, dude.
It's like it loosens you up.
That
quick.
activation, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm making a mental note of that. That works. That works way too well.
Last thing for you, the big individual goal or goals that you have set for yourself coming into the summer.
Just have a good summer and really help all the guys out here win, play for each other. Have a good summer, go back to school feeling good about the summer, obviously. And then really the most important thing for me is just play for those guys, I mean, get along with them and hopefully we have a great season, come out with a ring.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that, Eric. Thank you so much for joining us on the pod. We really appreciate it. Well, you stay. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna sign off. We got to close. We got to sign off. Thanks to Eric so much for joining us on this episode of the Air Traffic Control Podcast. I've been Dom Leacani, the voice of the Aviators, with my co-host Sam Corbett. Again, that's Eric Tenery. You can catch him and all the rest of the Aviators on the field at Loeb Stadium this season for the 2024 campaign. Again, make sure you subscribe, continue to listen, like, do all that fun stuff on wherever you get your podcast, whether you're watching this, whether you're listening to this. We appreciate your listenership and viewership. We're signing off here for the Air Traffic Control Podcast. We'll see you on the next one.